Alright, hey you guys, this is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with my review of Naruto Shippuden episode 374, the new three-way deadlock. Okay, so this episode is actually pretty awesome. And we finally got a little bit of closure with the two legendary Sanin that are left, because all of us know that Jiraiya has passed away. So, this episode, we see Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all in the original Team 7. All were trained by the three legendary Sanin, are now able to summon their three big summons. Like, Sakura is able to summon the big slug, I cannot remember her name, Katagaya, I believe that's her name. Sasuke is able to summon Ado, and then Naruto is able to summon Gamakichi, I believe that's his name. I'm horrible with names. So they're all able to summon the original summons that the three legendary Sanin used. So that was just pretty freaking awesome. And they were able to literally plow through all of the little ten-tailed beast creatures that the Ten-Tails created from itself in the last episode. So they were literally plowing through it and were able to get to the Ten-Tails itself. And Naruto and Sasuke both had an idea Naruto used his big Raza Shuriken, and Sasuke used his Susanoo Great. It was an arrow. Like Susanoo Inferno style Susanoo Flame Control. I think that's the name of it. I could be absolutely wrong. But they both used it at the same time, and as it was getting closer to Ten-Tails, it fused together, which showed a mix of the two. So it was like a flaming Raza Shuriken, which was actually pretty awesome. And they showed a flashback of Yamato talking to Naruto, and Naruto told Yamato that him and Sasuke were actually pretty compatible, and Yamato was like, yeah, wind is the only thing that can best lightning. And Naruto didn't actually mean it that way. He meant by that was that wind is the only thing that can help to amplify fire. So, in that, they were able to put their two jutsus together to make this freaking amazing jutsu that made contact with the Ten-Tails. So the Ten-Tails is on fire right now from Sasuke's Amaterasu, and they're just figuring out what they need to do. So in that, they go back way back when where the Kages initially got messed up by Madara, and Orochimaru, Karen, and Sugetsu are all heading to help the Kages, because Orochimaru, I can say that he might have actually changed for real this time. And he's actually going to help Tsunade because he sees that Sasuke is changing, and he doesn't want to do what he wants anymore. He wants to see how things turn out for Sasuke, since Sasuke has changed for the better. So he wants to see how things turn out with Sasuke, and he wants to do anything that he can to help Sasuke in his new endeavors. So he's going to help the Kages, and he comes across Tsunade. And Tsunade is literally ripped in two from her battle with Madara, her and the other 5 Kages battle with Madara. So Katagaya, I believe that's her name, the big slug, is trying to help Tsunade heal. But Tsunade is so weak right now, and I wish they would have showed what she looked like being old, because all they showed was her forehead, and then they showed her arms and stuff, but it never showed her face, what she looked like being old, because we all know that Tsunade is kind of up there, but she uses her chakra to make herself appear young. So I would love to see what Tsunade actually looks like when she's not using her chakra to make herself look younger. But Katsugaya says that her healing abilities are only as strong as the summons that Tsunade puts for her. And Tsunade's summon wasn't very strong because Tsunade is literally on the verge of death. Her body is severed in two. So Katsugaya can only do so much. And Orochimaru tells Sogetsu to bring the lower half of her body back up to Tsunade so that way she can better be healed. And then she tells Karen to let Tsunade bite her so she can take the chakra out. And Karen just went on a rampage. She was like, the only person that is allowed to bite me is Sasuke. And then Sugetsu, of course, jumps on her and tells her that she finally admits that she just wants Sasuke. And Karen and Sugetsu go back and forth. And then Orochimaru, being the creep that he is, says that they're both weird. And he said that if they didn't stop fighting, he was going to summon his snakes to crawl into their mouths and overtake them. And then his neck got real long and creepy and just but then they were like, well, Orochimaru is the creepiest out of all of us, the weirdest out of all of us. So they band together and they help Tsunade. Tsunade finally is able to heal herself, and Katsugaya was able to heal her body and pretty much connect her body back together, and Tsunade came back to almost her original form. So then after all of that, Tsunade and Orochimaru finally have a talk, and they talk about Tsunade asks Orochimaru why was he helping her, and she really doesn't believe him, but now that he has helped her, she can believe him. And if Jiraiya had been around, he probably to this day, even up until his last breath, he probably still believed in Orochimaru and had complete and utter trust in him, like he did back a long time ago when Orochimaru was about to kill Jiraiya because they were on the verge of death themselves. But Jiraiya had the utmost confidence and trust in Orochimaru, and then they were saved. So Orochimaru was like, well, people can change, and if Jiraiya had still been alive and Orochimaru did change, that probably would have changed Jiraiya as well. So it's better that Orochimaru didn't change while Jiraiya was there, because then Jiraiya died being who he was without changing, which I think is pretty awesome, because Jiraiya was a pretty freaking amazing Sanin. He was probably my favorite out of the three. So in that, now Orochimaru and Sogetsu and Karen are going to go to help Sasuke, and Tsunade is going to go and help heal the other Kages. And that was pretty much the end now. And then they show Minato pretty much fangirling over his son being able to, all three of them being able to use the three-way deadlock, which is actually pretty freaking awesome if you think about it. But that was pretty much the whole episode in a nutshell. This episode was actually pretty freaking awesome, and I was waiting to see how this played. I would love to see how you guys felt about this episode. Do you really think that Orochimaru has really changed for the better? How do you think things are going to turn out? How do you think the war is going? How do you feel about how the war is going so far? But as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.